Chris here. Okay, so this is not a normal rank tracker. This is quite possibly one of the craziest tools I think I've ever used in terms of value and what it provides. It's almost too good at it, and we'll get into that. But this is Wope. Wope is an AI rank tracker. You come down here over on AppSumo. It's been on AppSumo now for I think a couple of weeks now. You see they are Ahrefs and SEMrush. I don't know if I would agree with this 100%. I would say more along the lines of a SERP robot, but like on steroids, right? Not just your regular ho-hum rank tracker, but I mean, it does quite a bit by just marrying artificial intelligence along with how your articles are ranking on Google. And if you're looking for a rank tracker, this is probably the one you need to be looking for, especially at this price that's available right now, which is pretty outstanding. So we'll scroll down a little bit just so that we can see exactly what we are getting with it. We'll zoom in just a tad right here as well. And we're going to be getting unlimited projects, AI keyword grouping, desktop position tracking, AI-powered traffic estimation, AI-powered CPC estimation, daily keyword trends, cannibalization finder, which is pretty cool. I like that. SERP optimizer, daily SERP previews. Something interesting here, a pixel rank estimation. Essentially what this is it measures how far your actual listing is from the top of the page. Again, just throwing, a ton of information at you. AI powered keyword suggestion, AI powered seasonality forecast, and then unlimited exports, which I think is really interesting because almost every other tool out there limits your exports. They don't want you to be exporting everything because it must cost them money somehow to be able to export so much. Ahrefs charges out the where just to get you a certain amount of reports after you've gotten over like 500,000 or something like that. But they do unlimited exports here. But let's go ahead and look now at the tiers that are available. Now for the price, especially with the unlimited exports and everything. So if you're running, an agency, and you have a lot of keywords you need to be keeping track of, you can have the unlimited projects, or if you're just doing this on your own portfolio of niche sites, or you have a single niche site, this would work out, pretty well for you, especially for the price. A lot of these rank trackers now are anywhere from $5, $10, maybe $20 per month or so, just to get, all of your keywords, and then it gives you nice little reporting and everything. Here you can pay a one-time $49 and you'll get 200 keywords to track. If you're doing, individual keywords on each article that you're writing, that's potentially 200 articles, on a single website, and that you'll be able to keep track of, if you're going to end up writing that many articles for the site. Really just depends. One user, 3 unlimited tracking, and then here's another big deal: 3 months of historical data. That's not very long at all. I would rather something much, much longer than the 3 months here, but that's just on the tier 1. Now on tier 2, which is the $99, which is probably the one. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't get this one either. I probably would go with one of the bigger ones. But all features above, but you also get 450 keywords and then 6 months of historical data. And it changes back to tier 3. You get 1,000 keywords here, which is more up my alley. 12 months of historical data. I still wish that was a little bit longer. And then AI-powered content brief generator, which is not available under any of the other tools for $1.99. That actually isn't terrible. I have to see exactly how the content brief generator is, if it's any good at all. Chances are it may not be that good because a lot of these AI tools are just not amazing at creating these things. It still needs some human intervention, but there is a license tier 4, which has 2,500 keywords, unlimited historical data, which I like a lot, AI powered content brief, and an AI data studio for BigQuery and BigQuery integrations. So if you can connect this tool to bigger tools. That way you can have everything in one place, and just basically connect it as if it were an API or something of that nature. But pretty good in terms of pricing. One time $389, and you get a pretty good amount of information and tracking data, and you'll never have to buy a rank tracker ever again, because this is what this tool does. It does a whole lot of stuff that we're going to get into, but for this price, $389, and what you're getting for it, ranking 2,500 keywords every single day, this will be right up your alley if you have a ton of keywords that you have to track. For the most people, you'll probably go with either the 99 or the 199 plan. I don't know how many people really would need to get into doing the AI data studio and the BigQuery integrations, probably if you're like a large agency or something. But license tier 3 is probably going to be either 2 or 3 are going to be the ones that most people would sign up for. I'll probably sign up for the tier 3. I just signed up for the 1 just for this particular review because I wanted to show you everything that is on the inside. Now let's take a quick look at the founder. It's this guy right here. His name is Yijit. Anytime I am buying into any types of these lifetime deals, you want to be sure that you're signing up with someone who's going to be sticking around for a while, right? So I went ahead and pulled up Yijit's LinkedIn profile, and it looks pretty good. When you go down here and look at his experience, he has been working with this particular tool since September of 2021 to now, so about 2.5 years. And then before, he was a founder of a former general manager of SEO agency, and it looks like he did that for almost 11 years while he was living in Turkey. And that's pretty cool, which means he's founded multiple companies. This is one thing that he does. Some people just have a propensity to be able to start companies and have them run for long periods of time. And the fact that he was with this particular company for over a decade, and he's just not getting started, only 2 years here over at Wope, that to me is really great signs. This isn't going to be one of those, try to get some money quick, run the tool for a year and then let it die. This seems like it's going to be around a while because of this guy right here who's potentially been with this for quite some time. When you're looking at a lot of the information on the front page of the website, he's in a lot of these videos, so he's elbows deep into making sure that this tool is going to stick around a while. So that really passes my check in terms of the CEO of who's running Wope. So here we are on the front page, really breaking down a lot of these players who are using this tool. You can see BMW, Media Market, Bayer, which is the pain medication people, and even Amazon apparently that they are working with. And nice sleek design here. That's really cool. Like nice little sleek design here in terms of what this thing looks like. There is so much data, almost too much, when you really kind of get into it. And when we dive into the tool, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'd almost rather have too much data than not enough. That way I can kind of pick and choose all of the things that I really would like to have included in my analyses when I am, going through keywords or anything of that nature. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the pricing to see what kind of money we would be saving if we were to go with the tool. So down here we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and it's $39 per month for the tier 1. If you were to pay for it yearly, it goes down to $31.60. So that's pretty pricey, for a rank tracker. Now, for everything that Wope gives you, I can see why they are charging this price, which really makes the price over at AppSumo that much more juicy, in my opinion. If you were to go with the tier 2, which would be the 6 months data, it looks like it's about the equivalent to if you were to go to with the second tier plan here with AppSumo. You're going to be paying $80 a month for that, right? And if you did it yearly, you're going to be paying $63. That's actually a pretty good savings right there. $63 per month for that. And then if you went with tier 3, $127 yearly or $159 per month, and then $329 per month, or if you pay for it yearly, you'll be paying $263 per month. So you can see here, it's a pretty expensive tool for a rank tracker. It's kind of online for what a lot of these other rank trackers that do all of this information are paying, anywhere from around $30 to $40 per month. That's kind of normal. If you were to go to a lot of the more cheaper ones, like a SERP Robot or a Peak SERP or any of those, you could probably get away with only paying $5 or $10, maybe $20 per month. But the reason why these ones are so expensive is because they do offer a lot of functionality. And again, if you're doing this on a small scale, if you run just 1 or 2 websites, if you have a portfolio of websites, if you happen to run an agency, something like this would go a long way in keeping things in line and in track. So now that we've gotten that little part of it, let's go ahead and jump in. And actually, before we jump in, I did want to tell you a little bit about my newsletter that I want you to go check out. So just go to bloggerevolution.com, and then you'll see a newsletter here that it talks about SEO, talks about marketing, building websites, niche websites. Definitely go check it out, bloggerevolution.com. We send out once or twice a week, just giving you a few of the things that I'm learning in SEO, running, really big websites. I'm currently working on a DR92 site. You definitely would want to check that out, some of the insights that I share there. And there is a free gift if you go ahead and join in. I'm not going to tell you what it is now. And I say it right here, free stuff in the first email. So go ahead and check it out, bloggerevolution.com. Now, let's go ahead and jump into Wope. So once you are first signed into Wope, it's going to set you up with your own particular workspace. And with that workspace, you can it gives you your own URL. So you can see up here, I have app.wope.com/MAM workspace. And I put MAM because that's one of the names of my company. So that's what I have for it right there. And it works out, interestingly well. It's pretty intuitive. There was a couple of situations where I was a little lost on what to do, but once I kind of just pushed through, I was here on the homepage. I needed to give the tool about 20 minutes to run through and do some of its thing, some of the AI tools or whatever, just to get things going. And once that was the case, everything was fine, and it popped up and it's here. So I haven't let it sit on the tool for very long. So some of the reports might not show up the way that they should, but I've gotten a pretty good understanding for what it works and what it does. So let's go ahead and dive into each one of these. So over here on the left side, you have quick actions. So you can click quick actions and then you can jump to things pretty quickly. All right. So once we're done there, we click on the overview, and here on the overview, we have things like the performance, the tags, the keywords, the competitors, daily progress, and the position distribution. So one of the cool things that Wope does is that it can help keep track of your competitors' keywords as well. So while we're looking at this, you can look at the potential traffic that you have for a website, the ads value. So it'll take the keywords and look at the value based on, I'm not sure what they're probably using here. I'm guessing just Google. And from there, they'll give you how much they think each particular keyword that you're ranking for is actually worth. Your average position for the keywords that you have, your visual rank, as well as your pixel rank. Now, the pixel rank is a kind of an interesting one. It says right here, it's the average, the pixel rank average expresses the point at which the visual rank of the selected word on the selected data reach has its highest value. That actually is not a great explanation for it, but what essentially is how far from the top of the page your listing shows up. So even if you were number one for something, if there's a whole bunch of SERP features in the front of it, so you have videos, you have people also ask, you have everything else that Google wants to put in front, this will give you a little bit of an indication as to maybe the intent of that keyword. That way, no matter how far you have to be on the page, you can get an idea of just how far down you are. And the pixels is like how many pixels far you are down on the page. The visibility. So visibility is kind of like they would call it like a share of voice is what some people call it, or like the marketing voice. That way you look at the amount of total search is for a particular keyword, and then how much of that you are getting. So if a particular keyword has 1 million searches per month and you happen to be ranking number one, getting 500,000 of those page views per month, then your share of voice would be like 50%. All right. So this gives you a nice, good indication of how much you're dominating the market, based on your particular keyword. Down here, you have tags. I haven't put any tags on any keywords yet, but if you start getting into 20, 30, 100, 10, 1,000 keywords or so, it's going to be hard to keep track of every single one because you're looking at all of them, right? So with tags, you can actually tag individual keywords, and then maybe you have one section of your site that looks at coffee, and you have everything there. You have one part of your website that looks at cereal. And I don't know if you have a breakfast website, maybe, right? And then that way you can keep things in line. If you have maybe just affiliate keywords, You can tag things by their affiliate keywords if you have informational ones or directional ones, whatever it happens to be. You can tag these keywords and then keep track of individual parts of the whole, which is pretty cool. Looking at the keywords here, you can input as many keywords as you need based on the plan that you happen to get. Just click on add keyword here at the top. It'll tell you how many are in positions 1 to 3, 4 to 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 50, and 51 through 100. And then as they move left and right, this other little number will give you a plus or minus as to whether you're moving up or moving down, or the actual change that you happen to have for that keyword. So a nice good synopsis of what's going on. So with the competitors, you'll be able to keep track of the keywords that they are ranking for. You can also look at the market share that they have compared to the market share that you might have in a particular space. So, for example, AutoZone let's look at Facebook. Let's look at AutoZone. So with AutoZone, 4% they're getting is how much traffic they're getting from the keywords that your website's also ranking for. That way you'll know how much you need to work in order to try to increase your share of voice, increase your market share in a particular space. You'll see who your real competitors are and who you want to create content for. Now let's look at the daily progress. So the daily progress is just as it shows. It's progress day by day, what's going on with your competitors, as well as what's going on with your keywords on your site as well. You can hit this little drop down box and change it to all of the other metrics that are available over here at Wope. Traffic, ads value, pixel rank, visual rank, and position. Position distribution. So this is pretty good with letting you know how you compare visually with the other websites that are in your space and your competitors. That way you can see the positional keywords there, which websites are ranking for which then will give you an idea of what you need to do so that you can create more content and be able to compete with your competitors. So that's the quick overview that you have right here. At the top right hand corner here, you can change this from mobile to desktop. In most instances, you'll probably want to keep this onto mobile because everything with Google is pretty mobile first. But regardless, you can make that decision there. If you want to compare dates, you can go back as far as you can. With the first tier, you can only do 3 months, and then 6 months, and then a year, and then unlimited, depending on the one that you happen to sign up for. So that's the overview tab. Pretty, instrumental in trying to figure out what's going on in rank tracking. And it's pretty robust. It was pretty robust. Let's go ahead and look at the performance tab now. So under performance, we can really start getting a little granular and getting pretty interesting in what's going on with particular keywords that we happen to be ranking for on this website, as well as competitors and what's going on with them as well. So you have an example here of loosen oil filter. Let's just look at that one, right? So we look at this one, and from here we can see the volume, which I'm pretty sure is getting this information from Google. You can see the position where you are today, the change, if there has been a change in the 2 times that are up here at the top right hand corner, your visual rank, your pixel rank, so how far it is down from the top of the page, your visibility, the amount of traffic you could be getting from this particular keyword, the ads value, so how much is this particular keyword worth, and then the CPC, so how much money are other people or other businesses bidding to get in front of this particular audience. And SF seems to be SERP features, so this would be something along the lines of whether it's people also ask, is it an image, is it a feature snippet, all of those things, really just depending. And then you just click on one and it'll tell you what that feature happens to be for that particular keyword and what's showing up on the first page. Once you have looking at all these keywords, you see it's quite a bit here. You just find one that you want to be looking for and then click on the analysis. The one thing I would say is when I'm looking at this, look at this first one, how to take off an oil filter without W. And there's no real way to move this thing over. So that's kind of annoying, but I'm pretty sure if you click on view analysis, it pops up all the way over here. And this gives you a lot of more information about the particular keyword. So you look at the volume, the volume global, the SERP features, the CPC, the ads competition, daily competition, what's going up and down, what websites are ranking, what websites are not ranking, Scrolling down some more, we can compare the SERP features. So we can see a YouTube videos ranking #1. This is a couple other websites, Quora, Reddit, of course, they're going to be there. If I hit the drop down box on the chart, it gives me some information as to how that particular SERP is moving up and down in the SERPs as well, which gives you some pretty good information as to what's going on there. SERP features, feature snippets, short videos. People also ask, discussion in forums, and a video pack. SERP history. So what's going on with this over the last days or so. And scroll all the way down, we can look at the SERP optimizer. So this will tell us what our SERP or the SERP itself looks like on that front page, and then give us the current CTR, the potential CTR, the potential traffic, and the ads value, which is also some pretty interesting features. And then you can also click on desktop to see what it looks like there as well. And then also suggested keywords. So this is again where the AI is kind of coming in and giving you a little bit of an insight as to what keywords you might want to start including in your content as well, so that you can get more traffic to this page. And then page speed insights, you can click a button here and it'll actually analyze the page and then give you some information as to how fast the page happens to be. It takes just a second. It's probably using an API or something and it's going to populate it there. This is a lot better than if you were to just click it and it just opens up to it, because I mean anyone can do that, but it looks like it's going to give us a nice little response here, and nothing actually came up here. So I was expecting something to pop up, but nothing did. Maybe let's try refreshing, see if that does anything, and we'll see just how quickly this page happens to be. So now this is features, scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, it's still there. Page speed insights. In this way, you can check the page speed without going into page speed insights again and identify the problematic parts. So yeah, maybe this needs to be worked on. I haven't checked out the customer service with this tool yet as well, but it's definitely something that can be kept in mind with trying to keep everything in one place. And for the price that you're paying, if you were to not get the lifetime deal through AppSumo, this is something that I would expect, right? You would want this to happen. Let's now jump down to the daily progress. So the daily progress will then list the keywords again for you, but then give you some more information in terms of the volume and as well as the position trend. So what is the keyword doing daily, on a daily basis? When you hover it over here, it tells you daily progress allows you to analyze changes in the metrics of your keywords in detail day by day, and it gives you valuable insights to detect and evaluate performance decreases and increases. So this will give you more information as to what's going on with each particular keyword on a day by day basis, using all the same reporting metrics that they had before. Positions, the one that we're probably going to look at the most, but then also the visual pixel visibility, traffic, as well as the ads value. Now let's look at the volume trends. So volume trends is pretty interesting. I do like this one in particular because it gives you the volume trends in terms of the keywords ranking throughout the year. So you'll know whether or not you should write a particular keyword, or if you're not getting traffic to a particular keyword, why aren't you getting traffic to a particular keyword? It might be because of the seasonality trend that happens to be with the particular keyword. I used to have a golfing site, and in that golfing site, one of the things that I hated the most about it is that during the winter, there was crickets, right? It wasn't very high on the traffic scale. There may be a little bit of a peak during Black Friday, maybe another little one during the holidays, but other than that, it just was dead. But then it automatically picked up, early January, and then it was off to the races all the way till about August, September, and then started dying again, so you'll be able to get, before you go into writing a particular article and targeting a keyword, you'll have a pretty good idea as to when that particular article is going to get the most traffic. And you can look at the volume by months here. So, for example, let's just say one of these said, Christmas tree or something. It might get a ton of searches in December, but it's not going to get anything in July. But if you just took it by how much search it gets per month, then you wouldn't know that. But it's giving you the volume per month. So let's look at the C's oil filter. You can see here it's 50-50, and it jumps up to 90 in April. drops down to 70, 50, 70 in July, 70, 40, and then it drops again in the towards the end of the year. This is all in the United States as well, so that seems about right. To when the weather's cold, you probably don't have as much of an issue with a seized oil filter, because maybe not as many people are changing them. I don't know. It just really just depends on the keyword. But this is some good, more valuable information that you can keep track of on this as well. Now, when we look at the market, one of the best parts about the Wope tool is being able to check out competitors. And with these competitors, you'll be able to see what they're ranking for, right? Not just what you're ranking for, but what they're ranking for as well. I actually don't know if them tracking these keywords for other competitors are counting against your keywords. That would be a pretty good question to ask, that I'll probably ask within the AppSumo platform when I scroll down, but we haven't gotten there yet. So regardless, something to keep in mind. I highly doubt that it counts against it, but it does give you some good information as to how your other competitors are ranking for keywords that you are happening to be ranking for. And then sometimes keywords that you probably should be ranking for as well, that your competitors are, but you aren't. There's a content gap there, and then it gives you the opportunity to create more keywords for that as well. So here are a lot of these keywords. Let's look at one in particular. My filter is stuck. Volume of 40. Search features, it includes search pack, search results, main results, visual keywords. We see that this particular page is ranking 55. Competitor is 62, and best luxury car, this one is not ranking for it at all. It's probably outside of the 100. You can add as many competitors as you would like with this, so you can know who you're competing against, and you can see when they have new keywords pop up. This is supposed to use the AI to continue giving you information. That way you aren't left out in the dark when a new keyword pops up that your competitor happens to be ranking for. Same thing with the daily comparison. You'll be able to see day by day what your competitors are doing compared to what you are doing. That way you can always stay on top of what's going on with the particular keywords that you will be ranking or going for in the content that you're writing. And then also the position distribution. We again looked at a few of these pretty briefly on the other tabs, but these are dedicated pages that we have for them. It's a lot of information, right? If you hadn't been able to tell, but you can see why it's worth the price tag that it happens to have. If you got it without the lifetime deal, you can see why, because there's a lot of information that you can garner from going through this information. But the position distribution gives you an idea of how alike you are with the keywords that are coming out with other competitors, and how they're ranking based on where you are. That way you can dig deeper and try to figure out what you need to do in terms of getting closer to your competitor and trying to steal some of their traffic. So that's pretty much the tool right there in terms of everything here on the left side in terms of the rank tracker. If you click on this button right here, let's go to the settings. So you have projects. You can add unlimited projects. The members, as many people as you need. I think the first tier is only 1 user, but then you got 3 and then 5. And if you did go with the 4, you have 10 users you can have right there. There's a plan, so you can choose what plan you want to go to. You can upgrade or downgrade your plan. Billing, and then a migration tool. If you needed to move other things over to you, you can use this SEO monitor. So if you're using another rank tracker, you should be able to use this tool to bring everything over. And then you have profile. And then one thing that's interesting here is the preferences as well. So you can set your date if you want day, month, year. I'm in the United States, so I'm going to go month, day, year. And then the theme, follow system preferences, and then open a desktop app. So there is a desktop app that you can download with this as well. I have not tried it out, but it is something that's fairly new. I think this just came out within the last couple of days because it wasn't there before. And then you can, have the app on your desktop. You can do the themes here. Pretty interesting amount of information that you can go through with in terms of how you want it to look. Classic light, you can see that's pretty bright. I'd rather keep it nice and dark. There are translucent colors, so you can, that's still bright. Nebulous surge, you see it's kind of a bluish purple kind of going. You got this next one, you have Mountain Cliff, which is a more green, which makes sense. Horizon Hopper, which is kind of a reddish blue kind of hue that's going on. And then a Fall Symphony. I'm not really, okay, oh yeah, I know, fall, so it's kind of like reddish colors and black. I'll probably stick with the Nebula Surge because I like blue. So we're going to go ahead with that. But it's pretty cool. A nice little added feature, that can make your experience just that much better when it comes to this particular tool. So with Wope, if you'd like to give it a try, $49 for the license tier 1. License tier 2 will get you to 450 keywords. License tier 3 tier 3 will get you 1,000 keywords. And then if you went with tier 4, you'll get the 2,500 keywords, as well as the AI powered content brief generator, as well as the data studio and BigQuery integrations. So I probably will be going with the tier 3. And if you guys want to see me do another video where we talk about the AI powered content brief, let me know and I'll create one. I use other tools to do content brief. I believe I use Phrase, which is one of my favorite tools on the planet to use when it comes to SEO. But it's available there as well. But they do have it. I'm going to get it because I just like the idea of having 1,000 keywords that I can track at any given moment, and then having a year of historical data. I wish I could get more. I don't think I'm going to spring the license to get unlimited, even though it is kind of tempting. But I mean, it's just not enough for me. But regardless, if you want to give Wope a try, I will put a link down in the description. And also don't forget to sign up for my newsletter, bloggerevolution.com, where we talk about SEO. Plus there's free stuff in the first email, so go ahead and check it out, bloggerevolution.com.